Good day, everyone! Today, we are going to learn about the building blocks of English grammar, and that is the parts of speech. So, why do we need to study the parts of speech? Understanding parts of speech is really essential as it helps us create meaningful and clear sentences. Just like how our houses are built with bricks and blocks, our sentences are built with different types of words, each serving a specific purpose. In English grammar, we have 8 parts of speech, and those are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. And to dig in with those 8 more, let's dive in and start our lesson on the different parts of speech. Okay, now let's start with our first part of speech, and that is the noun. Noun is the name of a person, place, thing, event, or an idea. It basically describes these things. So, an example of a word is teacher, Shan, Cavite, or cat, or happiness, because it fits the description. Okay, let me give you a sentence example. Shan sat on the table. Can you guess where is the noun there? Okay, the noun there is the word Shan because it describes the name of a person, which is Shan. Now, off to our second part of speech. Can you guess what it is? Okay. Second part of speech that we're going to tackle is the word pronoun. So pronoun replaces the noun in a sentence to avoid repetition. For example, he, she, it, they, and them are an examples of pronoun. If we put it in a sentence, it would be Eunice sat on the sofa. She is going to watch a TV. So, for you, where do you think is the pronoun there? Remember, pronoun replaces the noun in a sentence to avoid repetition. Okay, the pronoun there is the word she. On to our third topic on parts of speech is the verb. So, verb expresses an action or a state of being. The example words of this are run, walk, swim, and anything that expresses an action. So just remember, verb equals expresses an action. Okay, in a sentence, verb can be Eunice swam yesterday. So let's identify the parts of this sentence, okay? The noun here can be Eunice, okay? So where do you think is the verb? Eunice swam yesterday. The action word there is swam, so that is the verb in this sentences. Now, the fourth part of speech is what we call the adjective. So adjective describes or modify nouns. This is to provide more detail or information to the noun. And words, an example of this is tall, blue, large, or anything that describes and modifies the nouns. Okay? Now, in a sentence, an example of this can be the tall man wore a blue dress. So, what do you think is the adjective there? Okay, the adjective there is the tall and the blue. Why? Because it describes and provides more detail to the noun. On to our fifth part of speech, which is the adverb. Adverb modifies verb, adjective, or other adverbs. It often indicates how, when, where, or to what extent. In words, it can be beautiful, very, or well. If we put it in a sentence, it can be she sang beautifully. So let's identify the parts of it. She is a pronoun because it replaces the noun, right? And our adverb there is the beautifully because it modifies the verb, adverb, and adjective. Off to our sixth part of speech, preposition. Preposition indicates the relationship between the noun and other words in a sentence. It indicates a place, time, direction, or method. In words, it can be in, on, under, or at. If we put it in a sentence, it can be Eunice put the plate on the table. As you can see, our noun there is the word Eunice because it is a name of a person. And our preposition there is the word on because it indicates a position. Okay? Now we are getting closer to our last part of speech. But first, let's tackle the seventh, which is the conjunction. So conjunction helps us connect words, clauses, and phrases. So it helps us create more complex sentences. If we give it an example in word, it can be and, or but. But if we put it in a sentence, it can be I wanted to go, but it was raining. What do you think is the conjunction there? The conjunction there is the but because it connects two thoughts, which is the I wanted to go and it was raining. So it connected those two thoughts. And now we are in our last part of speech, which is the interjection. So interjection expresses a strong emotion or surprise through phrases or words. For example, oh, wow, ouch, hey. So those are an example of interjection. If we put it in a sentence, it can be, wow, you surprised me with gifts. Okay, can you identify where is the interjection there? The interjection there is the word wow, because it expresses a strong emotion, which is surprise and happiness at the same time. Okay, so earlier, we have provided you the 8 parts of speech, which has definitions, example words, and example sentences. So now that you've learned those 8 parts of speech, let's review. Okay, the first part of speech is the noun. The second is pronoun. Third is verb. Fourth is adjective. Fifth is adverb. Sixth is preposition. Seventh is conjunction. And eighth is the interjection. So, studying these 8 parts of speech, I hope that you will retain them and continue reviewing them. That wraps up our discussion for today about the 8 parts of speech, or what we call the basic building blocks of English grammar. So after we studied the definition and provided examples, I hope that you continue mastering these parts of speech as it was essential for an effective communication. Remember that this part of speech has its specific role and purpose to help us convey our experiences and feelings clearly and meaningfully. So, continue to study and continue to learn and grow. Goodbye. See you next time.